Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Hot Take. And I am in a great mood today because I get to talk shit on some of my favorite people to talk shit on, life coaches who are sweeping the nation like a fucking yeast infection. They are becoming so ubiquitous. I am more and more disturbed by it because it's really discouraging to, see so many people who fall for these mindset gurus, these lifestyle gurus who claim to be able to fix every problem you have. They're not just a therapist who can help you with, say, ADD. They're not just a personal trainer who can help you with your fitness. They're not a priest who can help you with your spirituality. They're not a counselor who can help you with your relationships. They're not a doctor who can help you with your health. They're a life coach who can help you with all of these things. That's what some of them claim to be able to do, this jack of all trades, and they charge a metric shitload of money to rip off a bunch of gullible chumps, especially here in Utah. I have to say, it is an epidemic here in Utah of life coaches. My theory is because there's a lot of ex-Mormons who have left the church, and that's left a void of spirituality, and it's being filled by these con artists and these scam artists. And if you're a life coach, and I know you, no offense, but you should quit your job and make an honest living because you're full of shit. So I don't know how you can not be offended by what I just said, but it's the truth. You have to be aware of who life coaches are, I think. Every time I get online, they pop up. They're pretty easy to recognize. They make, Gary Vaynerchuk is, I think, the very, very biggest one. He's like the king life coach right now. And then he has like 2 million disciples who haven't achieved anything, but they always preach to people on how to achieve things, which never fails to blow my mind. People who are actual losers who are making these quasi-inspirational posts and lectures. Like, I'm convinced, just because I've experienced this firsthand now, the more likely you are to give me an inspirational speech, the more likely you are to borrow gas money from me, okay? The people who say things like, it took me a long time to get where I'm at. It's like, yeah, you're 45, you have 3 roommates, you work at a call center, and the bumper to your 1999 Honda Civic is being held on by 5 rusty screws. You're not exactly killing it, Jack. Okay? And what I'm bothered by most is they see their relationships, like they're lecturing us on how to have good relationships, but their friends and family are people who they don't view as friends and family, but they just view as resources, paychecks. And they pitch their shit on you all the time when they know very well you could spend that money on something more effective and better. That's why it's a con. For instance, I was at the gym and I bumped into this dude who, I've been going to the gym a little bit lately. I'm very fat, out of shape. And he's seen me there a few times, and he came up and he's like, so you've been coming pretty good. You've been getting after it. You've been hitting it hard. That's good. That's good to see. I like it. And immediately, just because it's a thing here in Utah, I'm like, oh, sweet shit. What? I'm like, cool, man. Cool. He's like, are you interested in, I can see you're really taking your fitness goals seriously. I love to see it. And I like to work with people who are driven. I like to work with people who really get after it. I like to work with people like you. And, I have some experience in this and I can help you move it along if that's something you're interested in. I have a background in stuff like this. And I go, you're a personal trainer? He goes, no, I'm not a personal trainer. What I do basically is, I'm just going to level with you. What's your name? Andy. Okay. I'm Jason. All right. What I do is I help bosses like you take back their strength through mindful self-discovery. Like, what the hell does that mean? Oh, I love how direct you are. You are such a light. That's wonderful. Man, I use evidence-based research implementation techniques which maximize optimal life performance momentum principles. That's the essence of mindset growth development procedure. Yeah, homie, I think I'd rather just stay fat, okay? I think I'd rather stay fat. I was dating a girl a little bit ago who was into this shit, and it was insufferable. she was making all of these, and she would always talking to me like, quit being satisfied with your mediocrity. Like, I'm doing better in life than you, not to talk shit. As she would have 5 mimosas at brunch getting shithoused before 11 a.m. She's like, I know you're in recovery. I know you're a recovering addict. Does it bother you that I drink? And I'm like, it doesn't bother me that you drink, but it bothers me that you get fucked up hardcore before noon. You're lecturing me and everybody around you on how to do well in life. Because you took a 6-hour course which taught you a few talking points. To take, it's really taking advantage of like the most gullible and the most stupid people. That's why I was kind of conflicted about making this video, because the people who must fall for these life coaches must be the most breathtakingly stupid amongst us. It's like, who falls for that shit? Who turns on a Gary Vee video and gets pumped up? But at least Gary Vee is rich, so I can understand that. But most life coaches I know personally are doing not that well in life, or they pretend to be doing well in life. They lease BMWs and rent their homes and do shit like that. They put on a front of doing well, which is very stupid. I was talking to this life coach once, and he knew I was a recovering addict, and he's all like, so have you thought about like taking that addict part of you and harnessing it into your work, into your comedy, into your business? And I go, okay, so what you're describing, that's not like some breakthrough you just had. That's called a workaholic. Those people exist, and they are addicts who have taken their addict behavior and put it into work. And yeah, they actually are hyper successful, but guess what? They're fucking miserable, okay? And it's because they adhere to the bullshit guidelines that you're pumping, which is that you have to be constantly striving for something else, something more, seeking out something more than what you already are. And I'm not talking about setting goals. I'm not talking about trying to improve. I'm talking about never having any inner peace whatsoever because you've brainwashed yourself to think that you ought to be this hyper successful, like, mogul of some kind, which a tiny sliver of the population is. And most people are frankly not equipped to be, and that's all right. If you don't have what it takes to be a billionaire, that's cool, okay? And I think the people who fall for this life coach shit are usually the people who ought to be happy with a custodian job. The people who buy like 2 sizes too small Tweety Bird shirts at the gas station, wear sweatpants. And it's like, these people need to be taught you should be happy just to be getting by, okay? You should be happy if you have like a studio apartment and you got a janitorial job with some decent benefits and you're making $17 an hour. You're doing pretty good. If you got an IQ of 95 and you're pretty low functioning, we shouldn't, take these people and tell them they should have dreams and rip them off and take all their money and, go pawn off their janitorial tools. And I'll tell you another thing, man, and this is some true shit. Low expectations are the key to happiness. There was a study done by Oxford a while ago, that's like the Harvard of England, And basically what it was saying was, if you have manageable expectations, you're going to be happier because you'll often meet and exceed those expectations, and you're going to be more at peace, okay? So that old saying, better to shoot for the stars and land in the trees than it is to shoot for the trees and land in the dirt, is actually some bullshit, all right? It's better to shoot for, like, the lowest branch on the tree and then make it to the second to lowest branch, because then you're like, all right, look at that, I'm not so bad, okay? And a lot of this life coach shit is based on what's called neuro-linguistic programming, which Tony Robbins is the big dude who pumps this shit. And I know there's a lot of Tony Robbins fans out there, but neuro-linguistic program has been widely discredited by scientists, dude. All of those lab coat having ass motherfuckers, dude, shit all over this. The bona fide nerds, the IQ of 160 having ass, dudes, the bona fide never saw their lunch money because they got bullied, Doc Brown type ass sons of bitches. Straight up say neurolinguistic programming, there's nothing to it. It's all a bunch of nonsense. F that S word. All right? And by the way, to be clear, I don't have anything against coaches of any other sort. All right? Like, if you want to learn how to play basketball, you should listen to your basketball coach. Baseball, you should listen to your baseball coach. All right? You want to be an actor? Listen to that drama coach. My drama coach, I made him cry once, I'll be honest with you, because it was September 11th, 2001. I was, a sophomore in high school, and my drama teacher is the dude who told us about 9/11. It was happening in real time. And I told him that he's probably not qualified to bring us this heavy news. He's just the drama teacher. And that actually made him cry. But, that makes him all the more qualified to be a drama teacher because he's in touch with his emotions and he's, unreasonable. And he's kind of pumping that pretending to be somebody else because his life is so pathetic kind of shit. So I would listen to that guy if I wanted to learn how to act. All right? So coaches, they're not necessarily bad, man. But life coaches, and the other thing, dude, is they don't have any kind of degrees to be telling you this shit. Like a doctor who's going to tell you about your health, these sons of bitches, okay, they got their kaleidoscopes, they got their, what else do they study in doctor school? Their heartbeat medicine, all that shit, dude. They went to doctor school, all right? Basketball coaches, they're usually jocks. A therapist, they went to therapy school, okay? But life coaches just took like a little course, and they're just bullshitting you, man. And they're the cringiest sons of bitches. Following a life coach on Instagram is one of the most rewarding things you can do. If you like to talk shit like me, my God, join a Facebook group with some of your friends, all right? Start a shit talking group and find life coaches to talk shit on. It is a bottomless well of shit talk. Just, again, all of these quad-eye, pseudo-inspirational, you can do the best, be the best you bullshit posts, and they get like 3 likes and 5 views or some shit, just this pathetic traction. And usually these people are like social media coaches too. And there's also coaches in the recovery world, man, who are giving away their recovery know-how, which I'm not into at all. Like in the recovery world, we got AA and NA and what have you. And in that program, you have sponsors. And that's a spiritual gift. And a spiritual gift, to keep it, you have to give it away. That's not something that you can charge for. All right? So, boom, AG coming in with the deep shit, everybody. And my hot take on life coaches, everybody. I hope you liked this episode. I prepared for almost 10 minutes for it. I think this episode was a C, to be honest with you. I spent most of the time learning about the lighting and the cameras, and I'm busy as shit. But really, I think I got my point across, dude. Don't get a life coach, man. If you want to learn how to play sports, get a sports coach. If you want to learn how to get healthy, get a doctor. If you want to learn how to get buff, get a personal trainer. Okay, if you want to learn how to eat ass, holler at your boy. I'll teach you for free, because that is a spiritual gift. And to keep a spiritual gift, you have to give it away. AG, hot take, yeah, baby. Like, subscribe, do that shit. Your life will never be the same. It'll be better from here on out. I know I'm just doing the shit that I said life coaches do and it is a fraud, but in my case, it's true, man, because I got the zest for eating ass. God bless you. God bless your fat ass moms. God bless all your friends and family. And I wish nothing but condemnation and damnation. And I wish nothing but the worst things in life for all of your enemies. Because that's what you mean to me if you like and subscribe and watch Hot Take with Big Andy Gold, the best ass in comedy, the Rocky Mountain Cobra, the Golden Eagle of comedy. West Side, suck my balls, DX.